since my parents were moving in with us. I was surprised by George's sudden request. In the house we both lived in, I didn't expect to be told something like that. I hesitated but managed to say I needed some time to pack. Can you wait until tomorrow? I asked after thinking for a moment. He replied coldly, fine, I'll stay at a hotel nearby. I don't want to see your face. I wondered where he'd get the money for the hotel, probably from our joint bank account, but I didn't say anything. If you leave any of your things behind, I'll throw them away, he said as he opened the door. As I watched him walk out, I sighed deeply. I'm the one who pays $1,800 a month for the mortgage. I often wonder if he even realizes that. I pulled myself together and called our daughter. Anna, I need to leave the house. Can I stay with you for a while? Of course, I'll come get you tomorrow. Thank you so much, I said, feeling truly grateful. After that, I made another phone call. George had been taking me for granted for too long. It was time for him to learn a lesson, and that's exactly what happened. My name is Sarah, I'm 51 years old, and I work hard both at my job and at home. I live with my husband, George. We met through a mutual friend and ended up getting married. When I was 33, we had our wonderful daughter, Anna. But George hardly ever took care of Anna. I did almost everything for her. Can't you play with Anna sometimes? I used to ask. He would brush it off and say, that's the woman's job, isn't it? He believed housework was only for women, and he never helped out. Thankfully, Anna was a kind and helpful child. She supported me when I was tired. Dad, if you're just relaxing, maybe help out a little. You think chores are only for mom? Then what do you do? Mom works for both of you, Anna once said to him. After hearing that, even George had to help a little. Now, Anna lives far away with her husband and his family and seems to be doing well. My own parents passed away in an accident 5 years ago, and I had to sell our old family home. George's parents live a bit far away too, but we only see them occasionally. They don't interfere in our lives. George and I have had a rocky relationship. Honestly, he lives like a part-timer. How's work? I'd ask. I quit again, he'd say. He gives up easily and quits jobs quickly. Sometimes he doesn't last more than a day. Because of this, most companies don't want to hire him. Now, even at 56, he only works part-time jobs. We argue about this often. Don't you want to take life seriously? I'd say. You nag too much. People don't see my talent, he'd reply. He went to a good university, but what's the use if he doesn't apply himself? I sometimes wonder if he's using his degree at all. My life was different. I started working right after high school because my father got sick. I've worked hard ever since and earned respect at my job. But George never appreciated my efforts. You didn't even go to college, and yet you talk like you know everything, he once said. So lately, I've kept quiet around him. I remember when he used to have dreams, his eyes sparkled. That light is gone now. I often wonder what he thinks of me. Lately, I've even been thinking about divorce. Then something happened that pushed me even further. I checked our joint bank account and noticed $2,000 was missing. Why is there $2,000 gone? I don't waste money, so this was shocking. I've been carefully managing our finances, so I asked him. What did you use the $2,000 for? Looking annoyed, he said, I gave it to my parents. That confused me. His parents are healthy and active, often volunteering. I never heard they were struggling financially. He said proudly, it's my mom's birthday soon. I paid for a hot spring trip for her. I asked, why did you use our joint account? It's fine, that's what being a good son is, he replied. I was frustrated. Couldn't you have used your own money? But he always spends the money I save without a second thought. He even bought this house without fully discussing it with me. When I was worried about paying the mortgage, he said, you have a stable job, you'll manage. Even though the house is under my name, he brags to others like it's his. I'm exhausted by his attitude. You're my wife, just do as I say, he once told me before locking himself in his room. Whenever things get hard, he hides away, and I'm left alone to handle everything. The money I earn from working part-time ends up covering our bills, since he doesn't contribute much. Even though I wanted to get away, I just kept sighing and pushing through. Then, one day, I got a call from his mother, right after a big fight with George. She thanked us for the hot spring trip and told me that George had suggested his parents move in with us. I was shocked. Why would he say that? I asked. She said they were getting older and thought it'd be easier to live together. I told her that decisions like this need to be made together and explained our financial situation. George got angry when I brought it up. "You're so annoying. If you don't like it, then leave," he yelled, slamming the table. Trying to stay calm, I said, "Fine, but I need time to pack. Can you wait until tomorrow?" "I wanted space anyway. I'll stay at a hotel," he snapped. I was sure he'd use our joint money to pay for it. As he left, he warned, "If you leave anything behind, I'll throw it out." I stood there, drained. "Don't you even know I pay $1,800 a month for this house?" I whispered to myself. I decided to call Anna. "Hey, Anna, you won't believe what just happened." She listened kindly and was shocked at what I told her. I asked if I could stay with her for a while. "Of course, you're always welcome," she said warmly. I felt so relieved after hearing her voice. I took a deep breath and made another phone call, this time, to fix things for good. George had clearly underestimated me. But he was in for a surprise. The next day, things turned upside down for him. As for me, I finally got to relax. At Anna's home, her family welcomed me with warmth and love. Even my little granddaughter, who was shy at first, came over and called me Grandma. It was the sweetest sound. Then, during that peaceful moment, my phone rang. I looked at the screen and thought, I knew it. I picked up the call, and George sounded panicked when he called. "What happened?" "The house is a mess." I held back a laugh and said, "Well, like you told me, I cleared out almost everything." "Almost everything? What do you mean?" he asked, confused. I explained that I got help from a friend who runs a waste collection service. They helped me remove the furniture and appliances. Recyclables were taken to a shop, and the rest was properly thrown away. I reminded him that I had bought most of the things in the house. Teasing him a little, I asked, "Can you even remember anything you bought with your own money?" After thinking for a while, George said, maybe not, but I could tell he thought I went too far. Just then, Anna came over and took my phone. "Mom, let me talk to him." She turned on the speaker and said, "Hi, Dad, it's Anna, it's been a while." George sounded confused by her cheerful tone. Then Anna got serious. "Dad, how did things get like this? Mom's always been the one holding our family together. What about you?" The mood turned heavy. I decided to speak clearly. "Tell Sarah I'm seriously thinking about a divorce," I said. George was shocked. "Are you serious? What will you do if we really divorce?" I think he didn't expect me to say that. He always seemed self-centered. "I'm okay with it," I said again. "During our marriage, I handled the money while he kept spending. We had many arguments about it." "Well, just make sure the house title is transferred to me," he said. "Okay, the house is yours now. I'll prepare the paperwork." "Thanks." After the call, Anna gave the phone back with a concerned smile. "Mom, are you really giving him the house? You paid for it, right?" "Don't worry," I said. In truth, I explained to Anna that while I bought the house, I still owed a lot on the mortgage. The monthly payment was way more than George earned. I couldn't imagine him handling it. Anna laughed. "You're amazing, Mom. I've also been doing a bit behind the scenes. Dad's going to be in trouble soon." "What do you mean?" I asked. "I've become close with Grandpa and Grandma. I know what's going on." Anna stayed in touch with George's parents. Unlike me, after she talked to her grandmother, they ended their trip early and came to apologize to me. "Sarah, we're sorry, we should have explained," they said gently. It turned out they were selling their house because they planned to move into a retirement home. While waiting for a spot to open, they needed a place to stay, our house. George told them we could all live together. He even said I had suggested it. That wasn't true. I had never agreed to anything like that. "So it was Dad's sneaky plan," Anna said with a sigh. His parents were very apologetic and later got angry at George. It seemed they were done with him and even cut ties. Honestly, they're not bad people. They paid for his expensive education, but maybe they were too easy on him. Anna asked, "Don't you think Grandpa and Grandma let Dad get away with too much?" "They did. They never called him out for not working." That might be why George turned out the way he did. He often acted like I wasn't even there. Just a month after the divorce, he called again. I saw his name on my phone and sighed. "What now?" "We're done." "About the house mortgage," he said, sounding panicked. He had just received the bill. It says $1,800 a month. Yes, I've been paying that. You went to a good school, right? You can handle it. George only made a little over $1,200 a month. With his bad spending habits, he had no savings. Paying that mortgage was going to be a big problem. You're a high school graduate, and you paid that much? I worked hard and got promotions. I learned to be responsible. That's impressive, but this is hard for me. You chose this. Take responsibility. We discussed this during the divorce. You agreed to take over the house and its payments. His parents had already moved into a retirement home. When he asked them for help, they told him, "You're an adult. Handle it yourself." Sarah, can we start over? Are you serious? No, it's over. Then how will I pay the mortgage? That's your problem. I handled it when we were married. I blocked his number after that call. I didn't want to be dragged back into the past. Mom, did Dad call you? Anna asked later. Yes, he asked if we could get back together, but I know it's just because of money. He messaged me too. I told him this is the result of his own actions and not to bother you. Thank you, Anna. I'm so proud of the woman you've become. By the way, do you know what he used to spend his money on? She asked. Why? I heard he liked gambling. I laughed. Yes, when he won, he'd buy us snacks, but most days, he just lost money. Looking back, I wondered why I even married him. At the time, he seemed charming, but Anna learned from my mistakes and married someone much better, a loving, successful, family-oriented man. He even checks on me sometimes. You picked a good man. You think so, Mom? Thank you. Anna was glowing. She told me, now it's time for you to enjoy your life. I'm getting older. I don't know where to start. Age doesn't matter, Mom. You still have a bright future. Her words warmed my heart. Maybe I could meet someone kind, like her father-in-law. Just then, my granddaughter called out. Grandma, come play with me. Have you been waiting? Let's go. I was surrounded by love and joy. Anna had a happy family, and that made me smile. Later, Anna told me George had sold the house to pay debts. He moved into a tiny apartment but couldn't hold a job. Eventually, he ended up homeless. Then, I heard something even worse. He had gotten involved with shady people. It was all the result of his choices. George's parents felt sorry and used their money to move into a care facility. They also arranged for their inheritance to go to me as an apology. I don't need all this, I told them, but they insisted. Thanks to their help, I thought about moving out of Anna's house. Mom, you can stay here. I don't want to be a burden. My husband and I want to live with you. I was touched. They even talked about it with his father, who also welcomed me warmly. So Mom, don't worry, just enjoy your time with the kids. Thank you, Anna. My granddaughter loved spending time with me. Anna's husband grew up with just his father, so he understood and appreciated having family around. His dad also told me, I hope you live happily here. So I decided to move in with them. Before, I had to work to make ends meet, but now, thanks to their support, life was much easier. Even better, Anna was pregnant again. I helped out around the house, played with my granddaughter, and spent my days feeling appreciated. Everyone always thanked me. That simple kindness meant a lot, something George never showed. Someone once asked how things were with Anna's father-in-law. I smiled and said, I want to spend my life with him. That's wonderful. It feels like a new family, Anna said, gently touching her belly. Having Anna in my life made everything better. If there's one good thing that came from George, it's her. Thinking that, I felt ready to move forward with hope. Sarah, he said one day, would you walk through life with me from now on? Are you sure about me? I asked. Yes, let's be together. With that, I realized I had found someone who truly saw my worth. From now on, we'll share life's joys and challenges as a real family. That thought fills me with warmth.